Today is November 3rd, and Brian and I showed up here at the Grand Canyon last night, talked to the backcountry office. We didn't have a permit. What we were thinking of doing wasn't available, but they did hook us up with a hike where we'll go down Bright Angel Trail to Bright Angel Campground, go up to Clear Creek Trail, out to Clear Creek the next day, and then probably on Friday night hike back out to Sumner Wash, because that we don't have a permit can't get a permit to camp here. And then we'll hike out on Saturday up South Kaibab and take the shower back to the car. It's a great day. Highs in the 70s, lows probably in the canyon in the 40s, and sunny skies. No moon this weekend, so the stars should be awesome. Just walked up from the car to an overlook here. Right outside the lodge. We're all not quite packed up. Gotta stop and hit the porcelain before we go, but this is Bright Angel Trailhead. We're going to be going down Bright Angel Canyon across the river, heading up the other side at just about a mile, and then hanging a right upstream up to Clear Creek about 9 miles away. We're like a quarter mile in down the trail, and right out on the promontory over there are 3 mountain goats laying out, waiting for the sun to shine.
Oh, it's right here.
Comes Brian down this switchback. Again, just over a mile into Bright Angel. This is the 1.5 mile rest house. There's another one, I don't know, maybe around 3.5 miles, something like that. It's got water and toilets, except the water is shut off for the winter, so no water here. And as the name implies, we're about 1.5 miles in, actually a little bit over. Mules, pretty mules. We're low, probably about 2.25 miles in. And it probably lost 1,700 feet in elevation. That was the first mule train we've come across. This is 2.5 miles in. You can see it behind the tree, but I think that's 3 Mile Rest House. We're like a little over 3 miles in the middle of maybe 1,000 feet of switchbacks, going straight, kind of straight downhill. Kind of the coolest set of switchbacks I've ever seen. We just got to Indian Garden Campground. We came in from this direction, heading through the campground area and out to Phantom Ranch, but not all the way to Phantom Ranch. We're heading to Bright Angel Campground. This is about 4.5 miles in and called Indian Gardens Campgrounds. Campground sites to the left. The trail just goes kind of right through the campground. We're back on Bright Angel Trail, I think. And this is Indian Gardens Creek, or Garden Creek. It will be paralleling for the next a couple of miles, and you can hear the falling rapids of Garden Creek. A little bit further down Garden Creek, cool, lush, wash, and descend through. Here you can see our trail coming out, down the hill, down that crazy bunch of switchbacks, across this creek, goes who knows where. I think around this point that we're standing, or knob we're standing on. You can see how we came down this hill and around this bend. Still got a lot of descending to do. It's about 3:23. We've come 6.8 miles and just came down the Devil's Corkscrew, which is a long, steep series of switchbacks. Came up from there, way up there. We're crossing Pipe Creek now, and it looks like Pipe Creek, the trail follows Pipe Creek out towards the river at Pipe Creek Beach. This is still on running down Pipe Creek on the way to Pipe Creek Beach. I'd say we're about 3/4 of a mile away from the beach right now. I'm going to guess that big peak we see in the background is the north side of the river. This is our first glimpse of the river. We're at River Rest House, right above Pipe Creek Beach. The trail doesn't go to the beach, so we will not be walking to the beach on this trip. There's the river. This is our first glimpse of the bridge. Came around a corner and there it is, probably half mile away. And then once on the other half, it's about 3/10 to the campground. Made it to Bright Angel Campground. This is our spot for the night. Lucky number 4. There's a bathroom back that direction with water. And all food goes in they call that an amber box. This is the morning of day 2. We're at Bright Angel Campground. We've got about a 2.5 mile climb up to Clear Creek Trail, and then Clear Creek Trail will be about a 7-mile traverse on the Tonto Shelf upstream to Clear Creek, where we'll camp there tonight. They've got toilets at least. We're about, I don't know, maybe not even a mile into the Clear Creek Trail, and I'm kind of in a bunch of switchbacks, steep switchbacks. Then you come to a little pass, and there you go. Overlooking Phantom Ranch. Aptly named the Phantom Ranch Overlook.
See Phantom Ranch. Where we start walking?
So we're on out, I don't know, maybe 2 miles out Clear Creek Trail, and found a shady spot for a break. We've been at it since 9:30, and now it's almost 11, going on 11. We got a good view of both bridges going across the river, and we just saw a group of 2 rafts and 2 dories go down the river, and they have stopped at Phantom Ranch Beach, right down there, and for a break at least, maybe lunch. We're going about another 6 miles upstream to Clear Creek, and we'll be camping on Clear Creek. We stopped for a little breather on the top of this climb and marvel at this 360-degree view. We are about a mile past Sumner Wash. Probably have about 5.7 miles left. Found a shady spot. Big boulder out here in the middle of the desert. And our having a pack off moment. It's about 1 o'clock. Got maybe 5 hours of daylight left. Still on Clear Creek Trail. This is the mouth of Clear Creek. So the river runs down along that direction and Clear Creek runs up this direction. We're going to go and kind of see the trail going up the creek, maybe 2 miles, 2 or 3 miles, and then we'll descend down to the creek and camp at the creek, probably over in there somewhere. We're about 2 miles, maybe, not quite, from Clear Creek Campground. We just, I think, come around the final little bend before we go into the, descend into the creek. Beautiful. Probably about 1 mile away from Clear Creek now. This is a Clear Creek Canyon, and we will be going around the corner up there at some point, and at some point reaching a series of switchbacks down to the creek. It's a long way. Sunlight's fading. We'll probably get there right around dark. We're right at probably the top of the start of the switchbacks down into Clear Creek down there. Lights fading fast. Might be a headlamp finish. We'll see. It's very rough going right now, very rough trail. I think it's going to smooth out a little bit around the bend, but definitely a nasty descent with a nasty ascent out of there in the morning. Good morning. It's Friday. We're at Clear Creek Campground, hiking in 9 miles from Bright Angel Campground. It was a long 9 miles, and the last half mile was a series of switchbacks. It came down there somewhere, and our neighbor over there that says he's been here multiple times and can't imagine hiking down that in the dark, so we'll get to see what it was like on the way out today. We've got 7 miles back over to Sumner Wash, and we'll have to carry water, so we're debating whether 5 or 6 liters of water, because it's a dry camp tonight. Here's Clear Creek. We're on the climb out from Clear Creek Campground. You can kind of see the trail as it just shimmies across this treacherous rock fall right on the ragged edge. Switches back, comes down this feeder creek and around the corner to the campground. That wall right there is the Clear Creek, main stem of Clear Creek. We came down through this in the night, in the dark last night. Somehow managed to not kill ourselves. Probably best that we didn't see what we were going through. We're about an hour and 15 minutes up from the campsite. So the campsite's right along the creek down here. It was about an hour to the top, what I call the top. And we've been hiking along this little rim walk for about, well, it's kind of nice and easy and rolling for about 15 minutes. And we'll be heading up and around away from the creek up that direction. It's Friday evening, about 5:30. We made it back to Sumner Wash, 7 miles. Spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours at Shade Rock. That's the rock we took a break at yesterday and waited until about 4 o'clock for it to cool off and head over here. Tomorrow I have about 3 miles out from here to Phantom Ranch, and then 6.5 up South Kaibab Trail, just right over there. It's Saturday morning about 7:30. We're just packing up. We were packed up. That's just about to see the sunrise this morning over our Colorado River Valley here. Already run into a ranger this morning out for a run, and our neighbor who's going up to climb Zerosta up there, Zeroster, and his buddy came up this morning. Got 3 miles down to Phantom Ranch and about 6 miles up that shed right over there up South Kaibab. Hopefully you can make it before dark. We're climbing out of up South Kaibab, about maybe near the top of the first set of switchbacks. You can see some of them down below. There's the bridge we came across on. And right up there on that little plateau below Zeroster is about where we camped last night. We are not quite 2 miles up Kaibab Trail, South Kaibab. Right out there, you can see where we camped last night. On that little ledge there, you see a trail coming down to it. Then it comes down this wash and around this cliff, around the corner, and switchbacks down to Phantom Ranch. Well, it's about 4:15. We're in my mile 5.75 of this 6-mile death march up this freaking canyon. And that's what we're going to throw at the Go at us at the very end. Didn't add insult to injury. $6:35. Finally made it to the top of this craziness. I'm gonna catch a shuttle bus to the pizza place and eat like you've never seen anybody eat. God dang, that was can only be called brutal. That's Grand Canyon Camp backpacking.